my seat and live my dream and stay low key like drama free, they come from me, I pay that fee like what you get is what you see, no cap on me like hate on me, I throw that peace sign, how you feel like do not relay. Downtown kid, I'm a New York nigga with a chip like that. Gotta move on, let go, cause you really can't live like that. Had to cool off, stay home, so I really don't trip like that. Wear that shoe, cause it fit like that. B-side cruise in the whip like, oh, I don't want nothing today. I have got nothing to say, don't ask for nothing today. Me and my cup on the bay, I don't want supper today. Don't hit me talking that shit, you tell that man in his face. I am not having a fit, I am just setting the pace. You only getting a taste, yeah. Spring coming in, I love to see it, it's a better day. Hot summer, get the bread and butter, then I get away. Leaves falling on the lawn, there ain't nothing wrong. Fall turn to winter, winners take it all. Waking up at dawn just so we could ball, yeah. You show me love, I show it back. You be your friend, I got your back. I play the song, you like, oh, this slap. Pull up at the crib, we sippin' paunchy liquor in the back. And I say, yo, mi casa, es su casa. Lil' mama, yeah, love me proper. Yo, mi casa, es su casa. No imposters, may you prosper. Tryna go fishing, cause that's something I always wanted to do. Sit by the river with all of my sisters and fuck with the view. Crazy how something so special to me don't mean nothing to you. I came from nothing to here, I don't got nothing to prove. I do not fuck with the rules, yeah, I am happy I'm getting it. And I ain't never had to change up, I do not listen to rhetoric. Yeah, I know that I'm the same one. I swear the sun is my medicine, I feel like Arnold, not Benedict. I got some homies in mansions and I got some homies in tenements. There is no one that I'm better than. Happy we met again, tell me that shit that I said again. Hopefully I ain't forget it, it's probably the gem that I'm missing to get ahead. Forget it then, I'ma just stay on this road. Trucking through lows, over the hoes, passing my foes. Niggas is slow, I see me loading my little boat. Take it out when I'm a little low. Told my mama I'm a fisherman and she laughed like gone with your little jokes. New crib, shit dumb cool. I got free time, I got rum too. I got weed maps, I got good vibes. If you need some company, then come through. You show me love, I show it back. You be your friend, I got your back. I play the song, you like, oh, this slap. Pull up at the crib, we sippin' paunchy liquor in the back. And I say, yo, mi casa, es su casa. Lil' mama, yeah, love me proper. Yo, mi casa, es su casa. No imposters, may you prosper.
To get it and don't let go. Praises to the Most High, eyes are kinda set low. A man of many faces, I rock the crooked smile. Sensei took off my braces. Back on Stony Isle, we was on our own oasis. Mild sauce, hot tempers, cold cases. I ran to town not knowing it was racist. Standing on the deck to smoking aces. Grace is a wonderland. I seek the face of the son of man. A fatherless child that made it to the motherland. I think how far these raps really took me. A veteran in this game, I stay fresh like a rookie. When I was underground, they used to overlook me. Now flicks and book tours make it hard for them to book me. The presence of Ra, the essence of a star. Jewelry and a car, suggesting who we are. The blessings of Jah that come through us all. I'm seasoned, y'all, I never knew when to fall in the quicksand.
I always knew I'd touch the sky with heart full of fire and third eye. Steady my vision, my climb. I knew, no, my mind.
The picture's been clear since this man's been a shorty. Consolidate the dollars, go dumb, E40. More pimping in your poetry, no sleeping with your jewelry off. And when you get your chance, slam dunk it, run the jury off. And I did that, me and my guys repping the city. And I hustle with no pity, they christened me Frank Nitty. And I took that and I ran with it, made a few stacks and some bands with it. But then I brought it home, a student must have teach his own. And I could never dream it could go from the Yancey's basement to me standing up on stages in front of some foreign faces. Get loving those foreign places like we from there. And oh yeah, they like where the dollar's at. I'm like, I'ma call you back and please let me clarify. Player, I'll be damned if I ever let the picture fade to black before I say goodbye. Spot you like you Spotify, Nitty make the song cry. I'ma let Illa sing this lullaby, quicksand.
I always knew I'd touch the sky with heart full of fire and third eye. Steady my vision, my climb. I knew, on my mind.
I heard a hater say I'd never be more than Jay Dilla's little brother. I'd never be more than an insignificant other. I'd never be more than the video standing. But here I am still standing. When you haters tried to leave me in the quicksand, left me outside the club with no wristband. Now I'm pissed off like I'm repping the Pistons. And I came all the way from fucking Michigan. That's when the shit hit the fan, then I moved back. Had to do my Stella, had to get my groove back. Then I came up with a plan to put my shoes back on the ran hella fast until I proved that I could do it while I'm swimming in the pool of sweat, blood and tears. My career, I had to keep pursuing that, and I could do that with my eyes closed, cause I know I'm fly. Always knew
I always knew I'd touch the sky with heart full of fire and third eye. Steady my vision, my climb. I knew, on my mind. In my mind, in my mind. Yeah, in my mind, in my mind, in my mind. Yeah, in my mind, in my mind.
So this week it was announced that New Orleans is going to be an expansion city for the USL in 2025, and that basically that they're joining Des Moines, Iowa. That's the other city that's also going to start in 2025, and that city, they're already in the developmental stages of building a stadium and creating a team. And this is a huge win for the city of New Orleans, because the city needs another option besides basketball. The fans need another option to choose from besides NBA during the months where the New Orleans Saints and the LSU Gridiron football team is not playing. Now, for my European subscribers, those who are not familiar with American sports culture, so usually in the fall months, during the time where the big five Europeans, the English Premier Leagues, usually when their season is going on, that's when gridiron football season is popular in America. Your NFL teams like the Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's when those teams are playing, and that's when most Americans are paying attention to those teams. In Louisiana, it's the New Orleans Saints and the LSU Tigers, the college gridiron football team. So usually in the off season, the only major sports franchise that city has, the only option, is the New Orleans Pelicans of the NBA. And the thing that makes it just makes it bad for the city, because they just have limited options, because you cannot trust NBA players, because history suggests that NBA superstars are not dedicated to their city. And it's just, the NBA has deceiving ways. And it's not because of the governors. It's not because of Commissioner Adam Silver. It's not really the role players. It's the superstar players. It's not all NBA players. It's the superstar players. Because the superstar players, they just have, a lot of them act like females. They have just a lot of mood swings and just diva characteristics. It's like they sign these big multi-year contracts and they go on social media portraying an image that they're going to be dedicated to the city for the long haul. And then like either somewhere between 6 months to a year within that new contract, all of a sudden they demand a trade. So a lot of them deceive, a lot of the superstars now, not all the players, but a lot of the superstars deceive the fans because they have the fans thinking that they are going to be with the team and dedicated to the city for the long haul. And then within a few months, maybe they get in an argument with a coach, maybe a disagreement with their teammates, and all of a sudden they demand a trade. They just want to leave. So NBA superstars cannot be trusted. And as a result of the superstars' actions and their personalities, it affects the other players. Because the fans don't only get mad at that one superstar, they get mad at the whole team. So as a result of that, American sports fans do not trust NBA players. And that's hurting the product of the NBA. And in the case of New Orleans, you had the Chris Paul situation. Then you had the Anthony Davis situation. So that's why a lot of the people do not trust Zion Williamson. Even though he recently signed a big contract, the city is like, oh, we've been through this situation before. We can't get fully excited about him signing this new contract. This could be another Anthony Davis situation. And especially when you have big hot take journalists on the big media network cables who love to create rumors about what if Zion gets traded to the New York Knicks and that his family does not like living in New Orleans. So it's also the big media that plays a role into this. So this is why a USL team to New Orleans, this USL team in New Orleans is going to be a USL Championship League. USL Championship Leagues is not a developmental league. This league has big ambitions to not only be viewed as a serious major league, but they want to rival the MLS. But one thing that the USL have to do, they have to get rid of these developmental clubs that they have. The twos, the Atlanta United 2, the New York Red Bull 2, the LA Galaxy 2. Because when people, including myself, see those type of teams, it makes us think that the USL is an MLS minor league. Well, when I first started watching USL earlier this year, that was the reason why I created a video saying that the USL and the MLS should merge. Because when I saw these developmental teams, I was thinking that the USL was a minor league for the MLS. But as the months went by and I started learning more about the league, that's when I realized that this league has big ambitions and they're separate from the MLS. But USL, you have to get rid of the twos and the developmental clubs. Because right now you still look like the MLS minor league. But this club that's going to be created in New Orleans, it is not going to be affiliated with any MLS club. It is not going to be second feeder to any MLS club. This club in New Orleans is going to be a major professional soccer franchise similar to the Sacramento Republic FC, similar to Detroit City FC, similar to Phoenix, San Diego, Indianapolis, Birmingham, Tampa. These clubs I just named are USL Championship clubs that operates as major professional franchises. And that's what New Orleans is getting. So people in New Orleans, if you hear anybody say that this USL club is going to be a second tier developmental minor league club, that is not true. Yes, the USL as a whole is labeled as second tier. The United Soccer organization, the people who are in charge of, who oversees MLS and USL, yes, USL is considered second tier. But I'm telling you right now, this USL club in New Orleans is going to operate as a first tier, first class franchise, similar to Sacramento Republic. Sacramento Republic is in a second tier league, but Sacramento Republic operates as a first tier program, a first tier franchise. The same with San Diego. San Diego operates as a first tier franchise. Detroit operates as a first tier franchise. That's how New Orleans is going to operate, as Detroit. So people of New Orleans, the long wait is getting ready to come to an end in 2025. You will have additional options to choose from. You will no longer be limited to just NBA. And this is a good thing because you cannot trust the NBA. And my word to you, NBA, you have some real competition now. If you think that the USL and the MLS is not going to steal fans from you, because we're tired of dealing with all the mood swings that your players have, and we just want to see real men play sports. The thing that makes soccer so good is that traditional football players are not heavily influenced by Hollywood, they're not heavily influenced by rappers, and they're not heavily influenced by social media.
Hey, it's gonna be a long, long night, all the right way. We gon' turn them all the way down, dim the lights. Hey, it's gonna be a long, long night, all the right ways. Yeah, we gon' turn them all the way
Love how you move.
All around the world.
I wanna take you to Art Basel, some shit like that.
All around the world. Boys there, girls swell.
Huh.
Damn, you trigger happy.
Bang, 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 bang.
So happy to see me. Got your foot all on the gas. Won't you slow it down a little, baby? Let the music bang to the beat of the drums, baby. As our bodies start to sway, I'ma slow it down a little for you. Cognac and conversations, sky miles be flying high. We're international, we're galaxies beyond. Cognac and conversations, just you and I. All around the world, boys there, girls swirl. I've been gone away too long. Glad you're here tonight. Wanna take my time and show you what's been on my mind. We gon' bake these collard greens,
Yeah.
sip yak from finest
I wanna take you
vines.
to Art
Cloud
Basel, some
surfing
shit
on
like
a
that.
level
Some
most
chill
can't
shit.
reach in life.
Oh, we can go to a comedy show, baby.
Most
You wanna
can't
go to a
reach in
comedy
life.
show?
Just you and I.
These niggas funny like Dave Chappelle. Grind so hard, praying I prevail. Young fly nigga, let me say my piece. As I puff a cigar with the Argo leaf. It's only called love when there's passion in it. Give me that brain, girl, academic. Glass of Bel Air with the apples in it. Star Island, name another rapper did it. Found me a plug from Cape Verde. All I wanna talk is straight word. Duke Bell hopping like a big boy. You can tell by looking at the invoice. Close to 40 bands, I tell you, man. Put you on the team, better yet the band. Sam Sneak still on the ones and twos. I'm the one spinning fast, how the funds to move.
All around the world. Cognac and conversations, sky miles be flying high. We're international, with galaxies beyond.
Maybach music.
Cognac and conversations, sky miles be flying high. We're international, just you and I.
Yeah. Love how you move.
All around the world, boys there, girls swirl. And it feels so good, it feels so good. And it feels so good, it feels so good. And it feels so good, it feels so good. And it feels so good. Girls swirl.
The growth of American soccer is real. If you're an investor and you're on the fence trying to differentiate whether or not you should invest in Major League Soccer, now's the time. Don't wait until 2026, and you definitely better not wait until 2030. And if you wait until 2040, it's gonna be way too late. Now is the time to invest in an MLS club if you have the money. So this message is not for everybody. It's only for those who are capable. If you're capable of investing in an MLS club, becoming a minority owner, now is the time. And even if it's possible, you have connections to a current MLS owner who's thinking about selling the club, like a San Jose or a New England or maybe a Dallas, now's the time to start talking and negotiating. And here's why. The MLS has been around for 26 years. And within that 26 years, their market value has already reached $1 billion. As of today, as I speak, the MLS value per transfermarket.us is $1.17 billion. And then you have an English club that's been around for over a century. An English club that's been around for over 100 years, 130 years, in the English Championship League. And they're at $1.18 billion. So I'm telling you, a club that hasn't been around for 50 years, a league that hasn't been around for 50 years, a league that hasn't even been around for 30 years, has already caught up to a league that's supposed to be one of the standards, a league that supposedly is doing it the right way according to soccer purists and the European fanboy standards of the pro rel system. The league who's supposedly not doing it the right way has caught up with the league that's doing it the right way, supposedly. Brothers and sisters, the growth of the MLS is real. The growth of the USL is real. But this conversation is about the MLS. The MLS is not only the fastest growing league in America, it's the fastest growing league in the world. How can you have a league that hasn't even been around for 50 years and have already caught up with a European league, such as the English Championship League, one of the most premier leagues on the planet? And this is why I continue to say that the European way is not the American way. European football is not the standard, because Americans, when it comes to sports and business, Americans understand the business aspect of sports. Americans know how to grow the sport in a business way, the fast way, and the proper way. What works in Europe stays in Europe. What works in America works in America. Pro rel is not the answer. If there was a pro rel, the MLS would not be growing at the rate that it's growing. If there was a pro rel, you wouldn't have teams that are strong in a league from top to bottom. You see these European leagues, you only have like 3 to 5 most real valuable leagues that are legitimate competitors. Everybody else is just pawns. Atlanta United, a club that's worth $85.4 million, whose market value is $85.4 million, is more valuable than 19 clubs in the English Championship League. Atlanta United is more valuable than 19 out of 24 clubs in the English Championship League. The MLS market value, MLS value is $1.17 billion. English Championship market value, just $1.18 billion. So within the next 5 years, or probably within the next 2 years, MLS market value is going to jump over English Championship League. English Championship League, that's the MLS's competition right now. That is from a business point of view, that is the league where the MLS is competing against. And the MLS will eventually surpass English Championship League. Some people are thinking that this MLS Apple TV deal is bad. It's not good because, a lot of their games will not be viewed on ESPN. Listen, cable television is dying. And all of these clubs, leagues that you're seeing, like NFL getting these big cable TV deals. As the case for the NFL, this is the last big TV deal that we're going to see the NFL get. This is going to be the last that we see college football, the last big TV deal that college football get. Listen, people are cutting the cord. This new era, new generation sports fans, we're cutting the cord. And plus with this new Apple TV deal, MLS has more flexibility. They have more control over the broadcasting aspect of their league. So they will be able to make decisions and create ways that will boost the image of their league through this new broadcasting deal. More people are watching sports through the internet, through the highlights. That's where leagues are getting their popularity from now. And this cable element is really not a huge factor to the financial growth of this league. Because even when a lot of their games was on ESPN, the cable version, the views weren't really high. So a league who still has had low views on cable network still grow fast, still have the ability to grow fast as a league that's not popular in its own country to still be able to catch up with the European leagues. That should tell you something right there. An unpopular league in its own country still having the ability to catch up with the European leagues. That should tell you something right there. And now that the sport is starting to become popular, now that people are starting to pay attention to the leagues, Big 5 Euros, you got something coming. You got some real competition. The MLS is a legitimate major league, and they're coming for you, the Big 5 Euros. Now, you European fanboys, y'all may laugh when y'all hear this. You may not believe this, but you're going to be surprised. The MLS is going to grow to a point where the major clubs in Europe, they are going to reconsider reforming the Super League. And this time around, there won't be a damn thing that you soccer purists will be able to do to stop them. You stopped them on the last go round. They bowed down to you guys out of fear. But this time around, the growth of the MLS is going to strike fear in the European clubs, and they'll reform the Super League to try to slow down the growth of American soccer. And I'll explain how after this music break.
Yo, coach.
Yeah, I'm coming in a minute.
Yo, coach, you hear me? Yo, bro.
Fucking call, bro.
Hey,
Yo,
Yeah, bro.
this call won't start, bro.
Yo, coach, you fix
Hold up, right here. Hey.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'ma head there in a minute, bro.
Alright,
You got that shit?
yeah, man.
Alright. We gon' get it, bro.
Alright, man.
Painkilling every day, shit is more than just a pill now. I get a bit proud. Wanna share this with my peers, but it feels like the pill down. I just pressed on the pedal, but I think that I'm shifting out my gears now. Shifting out my gears now.
Man, it's the shit that I was taught about. When you finally make some notes, they gonna toss you out. Ain't a paper route, I pray to be the savior now. But I can't even save this fucking love that faded out. I know you faded out, black with your black soul. Think the world is cracking to your parents, you reacting so distant and enraged. Feel nobody listens to the symptoms escalate, then half the world to be afraid. I promise you can put it down. If you about it, you in this dark place, I'll help you get about it. We all got drive, and people always gas you up, but when they stop providing, you'll be stalling with your engine stuck. Stranded on this highway, 2 a.m. pop another Xanax and an Oxy. Probably crash land until your body is the semen. But if you home safe the next day, the cycle just gets repeated. You hear the advice, you don't need it. different and in cage. Freedom like a pigeon, but there's prisons in your brain. If fiction is insane, imagine what the sane do. They're controlled, but you're permitted to escape. I'm tired of this pain. Inflate the tires and evade. Ignite whatever fires. Let the flame burn down the remains. Hey, I inspire the escape. I inspire the escape. Yeah, I inspire the escape. What you doing? What you doing? It's time for me to face reality. Do I want it this bad? Fate is welling and my destiny is fathoming. Through my temple I can feel it react. I can see this breath leak, pollinate the seeds, ovulate in peace by your lonesome. Get a grip when you feel that breeze on the beach, fresh peace, and you feel it when your toes clutch. Yeah. Overload the system, we don't follow rules anymore. Flowing coexisting with the falcons, palace on my palate. Lust for gold, I'll be the alchemist, you challenge me to fly. I accept all the exceptions, expect to see me hovering in sex under my feathers. 7 measurements are scattered back, and yesterday I weathered, then I get up whether if they hold the pressure or they don't. I'm honestly a stranger, dude, I act like every one of you, but I just don't know what to choose. Bronze spoon, cause my silverware rusty. Mirror don't trust me. Hey, sometimes I wish I was the same motherfucker, but I ain't gon' suffer anymore. I've been dealing with this pain all summer, and I'm just trying to get away. Get away. I know I ain't the same motherfucker, but I ain't gon' suffer anymore. I've been dealing with this pain all summer. Pain all summer. I inspire the escape, I just need to get away.
The NWSL has the ability to not only be just as popular as the MLS, but to be more popular than the MLS in some aspects. Last night, I watched the San Diego Wave Racing Louisville match. Not only was that match very interesting, not only did that match go down to the wire, but there's also great fan attendance at the match, which made it even more interesting. You see, San Diego is truly on a mission to show the world that they are a legitimate traditional football town, and that they're up there with Los Angeles. They're up there with Los Angeles and Seattle in terms of major football towns in the West Coast. So the NWSL has a media rights deal coming up. Well, a new media rights deal coming up because their current one is set to expire after this season. And there's some people out there who knows that the NWSL, they could really cash in on this next media rights deal. Now, some people are trying to compare both the NWSL and the WNBA and making it seem like the NWSL and the WNBA is on the same level. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell those of you who are afraid to, I guess, put down the WNBA by saying that the NWSL is bigger and better. But let me tell you, the NWSL is bigger, is better, and is more popular than the WNBA. Now, I don't know, women, listen, let me explain this to you. In sports is about competition. yes, there are some aspects of unity, but in the bigger picture, the bigger realm, sports is about competition. You're always going to be compared to the WNBA. You are two different leagues, two different sports. Similar to how the MLS is compared to the NBA and Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is the competitor for the MLS. NWSL, your competitor is the WNBA, whether you like it or not. Both of you are not on the same level. Both of you are not on the same value. And this is the world of sports. You are going to be, the WNBA is your competitor. It's just reality. You just have to accept it. So we have to stop comparing these two leagues and making it seem like, oh, both of them are on the same level and both of them are growing at the same time. That's not true. Is there any WNBA franchise that's getting ready to build their own stadium? You see what Kansas City is doing. The NWSL has its own separate commissioner. The NWSL is not owned and operated by the MLS. The WNBA is owned and operated by the NBA. So because the NWSL is its own separate entity, guess who's priority number one? Women's soccer is priority number one. It's not like that for the WNBA. The WNBA is not priority number one for the NBA. Yeah, maybe they have their own separate commissioner. Maybe they have their own, separate owners. But it's still controlled and ran by the NBA. Most of the teams play their games at NBA stadiums. It's not like that for the NWSL. Commissioner Jessica Berman, she has her own separate vision from the MLS. Jessica Berman is not modeling the NWSL after the MLS. Because of that, the NWSL is viewed more as a serious major professional league. The NWSL is going to be more popular than the WNBA, whether you want to hear this or not. The NWSL is more popular than softball. Whatever professional softball league that's out, NWSL is going to be more popular. NWSL is going to be more popular than women's gymnastics. NWSL is going to be more popular than women's Olympics. And if you have not watched an NWSL match, I encourage you to watch it, because these women, these ladies are real football players. They can kick from outside the box. They can kick inside the box. They're fast. They slide. They tackle. They push. They shove. They argue with the ref. These are real professional football players. And Jessica Berman, with this next media rights deal, you have to get it right. Because Twitch is not the answer. Paramount Plus is not the answer. NWSL, we need to start seeing your matches on ESPN Plus. One of the reasons why the MLS became real popular is because of ESPN Plus. Most people are not going to Paramount Plus to watch a match. Most people are not going on Twitch to watch sports. We need to see you, NWSL, on ESPN Plus. And of course, also ESPN, because the exposure from the cable network aspect. But most importantly, streaming. Jessica Berman, us new era sports fans, we're watching sports off of our cell phones on the internet. So yes, I do agree with you, because you did say there needs to be a balance between streaming and cable. There does need to be a balance. But don't put most of your eggs in the cable basket. Majority of your games should be on ESPN Plus, and on a day where we'll dedicate time to watching your match. That means not on Sundays during gridiron football season. I believe that Thursday or Friday will be good for you, NWSL, because with starting next year, MLS games will be on Wednesday and Saturday on the Apple TV, and I don't know when it comes to their Fox and ESPN games, I don't know what days those will be. But Jessica Berman, a day that I believe will be good for you is Friday. You see, Friday night soccer is something that the MLS and the USL have not tapped too much into. Now, occasionally they have games on Friday, but I'm talking about from a big marketing aspects where your top teams in the league play every Friday night. Your OL Reign, your Angel City, Portland Thorns, San Diego Wave. Every Friday, your top teams play on Friday. See, the MLS and the USL have not tapped into that. With this new media rights deal coming up, Jessica Berman, Friday night soccer should be priority number one. Because you, from a marketing standpoint and a viewership standpoint, you will win big time. You will win big time. And just think about it, Jessica Berman. Even during gridiron football season, NFL and college football, they don't have a lot of games on Friday. It's usually, for gridiron football, it's usually Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. For college football, it's usually Thursday and Saturday. So on Friday, there's not a lot of major sports that's being played. So Jessica Berman, you have a lot of your games on ESPN Plus played on Friday. And then when it comes to the ESPN cable aspect, your top teams, the OL Reigns, the Angel City, those are the teams that will play on the ESPN cable aspect. Jessica Berman, with this, whatever you do with this media rights deal, you have to get it right. And I believe you will get it right because you're a smart woman.
When I don't got a backwood, I just sit and relax. Reminisce it was that good, rolling that wood back. Now I sit back on tracks good, roll it back, relapse. Roll it back, relapse. Rolling that wood back. When I don't got a backwood, I just sit and relax. Reminisce it was that good, rolling that wood back. Now I sit back on tracks good, run it back, relapse. Run it back, relapse. Ay, rolling that wood. Rockin' nigga, tell me what's the deal. I've been feeling down up on my own, close enough for me to grab the steel, but far enough to leave this shit alone. Lately I've been coping through the days. It's hard enough for carrying the weight. They don't know that you're burying the pain. It's hard to keep quiet with so much to say. Most niggas out here be pressing the shit. Never been oh so alone in my life. Now I like it like that, fuck the guesses and shit. Cause a nigga can't hold down his ego when the rest of the world got him dressing and shit. Hard to make my first impression and shit. That's why I'm always reflecting again. Cause I'm feeling like when I don't got a backwood, I just sit and relax. Reminisce it was that good, rolling that wood back. Now I sit back on tracks good, roll it back, relapse. Roll it back, relapse. Rolling that wood back. When I don't got a backwood, I just sit and relax. Reminisce it was that good, rolling that wood back. Now I sit back on tracks good, run it back, relapse. Run it back, relapse. Rolling that wood.
one of the reasons why the MLS is growing as fast as it is because they're not handcuffed by baby boomers. They're also not limited by Generation X. The MLS knows their target audience, and that's their main focus. And they're fulfilling the needs, they're fulfilling desires of their target audience. They're responding to their target audience. They're not like NFL and NBA and definitely Major League Baseball, where they have a large number of baby boomer viewership, a large number of Gen X viewership. So as a result of that, they can't make changes and they can't evolve as fast as the MLS is evolving. And it's the same way with the Big Five European leagues. The Big Five European leagues cannot evolve as fast as the MLS is evolving because the Big Five European leagues have a large number of baby boomer and Gen X fans. So as a result of the MLS having a majority of its audience being Gen Y, Gen Z, and the generation after that, the MLS can be more progressive. The MLS doesn't have to take 20 to 30 years to make changes. The MLS can make changes within 1 year. Between 1 to 5 years, the MLS can make changes. And as a result of that fast growth, the MLS will eventually reach to the point where it is a top league. It's going to be up there with the Big Five leagues. It has already passed Liga MX in terms of market value. The MLS is more valuable than Liga MX, which means the MLS is more powerful than Liga MX. Now, most of you be thinking well, Liga MX has better players. Power is not that is not how power is determined. Power on this planet is not determined by who's the strongest. Power is determined by who has the most money. And whoever has the most money, that is the power group. MLS has more power than Liga MX because MLS is more valuable. Now, how are the Big Five Europeans going to respond? Because it's going to get to a point where they're going to become fearful of MLS growth. They're going to see more of their players leaving their leagues to come to America. And the European players it's going to get to a point where they're no longer just focusing on the large cities like New York and LA. They're not going to be rushing just to play for NYCFC and LAFC and Miami. There's going to be guys like Cucho Hernandez that goes play for a small market team in Columbus. There's going to be guys going to Vancouver, who is a club that is the sixth most valuable franchise in the MLS, which is kind of surprising. Vancouver is a top 6 club in terms of market value. They're going to go play for clubs like Colorado, Salt Lake. It's not only going to be big market clubs. So how's the Big Five European leagues going to try to slow down the MLS? Because it's going to get to a point where they're losing their most valuable players to America. They are going to reform the super leagues. And this time around, they will not be slowed down by you soccer purists. Because let me tell you something, soccer purists. Change is coming. Change in the global power structure of traditional football. Change in how traditional football operates is coming. Whether you like it or not. And soccer purists, you're going to have 2 options. 1, you're either going to live with it, or 2, you're going to die miserable. Well, whether you like it or not, change is coming. And the soccer that you're used to watching when you're a kid growing up is going to be different from the soccer that you'll be watching in your later years. Leagues that you are not used to seeing being on top in your early years are going to be those leagues that's going to be at the top in your later years. And leagues that were once at the top in your early years are going to be at the bottom. They're going to decline in your later years. Look at Ligue 1. In France Ligue 1, in May, their market value was $4 billion. Today, their market value dropped to $3.7 billion. At the beginning of July, the MLS's market value was at $1.14 billion. Today, it's $1.17 billion, right behind the English Championship League. And the English Championship League, that's the league that has the Pro Rel. That's the league where you European fanboys are saying is doing the right way. But let me ask you European boys something, you European fanboys something. How do you expect a league to really become a major power when it's constantly losing and gaining teams? Constantly losing and gaining teams. That's an unstable league. You're constantly losing value, and it's just like a back and forth. You lose value, you gain value. You lose value, you gain value. It's a constant up and down. It's hard for you to trend upward on a consistent pace when you're constantly losing valuable teams. And the teams that are staying in your league, they're not really valuable compared to other major leagues. Why? It's because they're second tier. These clubs are second tier clubs. So these big 5 Euros, they're going to see what's going on in the MLS. And they're going to say, you know what? It's time for us to move on from this Pro Rel thing. Pro Rel is causing us to lose money. We want our most valuable teams in the same league because we're not going to let that other country that hasn't been around as long as us and is not as prestigious as us to become more powerful than us. These are the kind of conversations that Real Madrid, the Manchesters, Liverpool, Juventus, Barcelona, the Milans, the Madrids, the Chelsea, the Arsenal, the Tottenham. These are the conversations that they are going to have behind closed doors. Now, when will these conversations start to take place? The conversations are already taking place. You see, you European fanboys think that y'all got a victory by threatening lawsuits and threatening to riot and threatening to protest. Y'all thought y'all got a victory. Y'all thought that they're not planning on forming this Super League anymore as a result of your cries and your displeasure. Nah. They're not done planning. They just went back to the drawing board. They just decided to retreat. And right now, they're just replanning, reorganizing. It may be the children that inherited the plan and go out to make it happen. Because they see the players that are starting, the Garrett Bells and the Cucho Hernandez. They see guys like that. They're paying close attention. They're seeing guys like that going to the MLS. They see a guy like Mbappe going to an LAFC game just to watch during his vacation. They're paying close attention to that. Because the big 5 Euros, they operate like the NFL. They're always spying on their players and spying on key players. So they see the growth that's going on. They're aware of all the clubs that's going to America for friendlies. They know what's going on. And when the time comes, soccer peers and European fanboys, this Super League is going to come back as a result of the fast growth of the MLS. And there won't be a damn thing that you'll be able to do to stop it. Because this time around, they're going to create it by force.
Take up some space. You're too far away. lip, just say you have me. Oh, taste and see. Hope you don't sleep on me. I got good and plenty.
I've been all the spaces in between. It's magic when I taste you in the beam. An average day is spent all in the sheets. Emphatic when I tell you what you mean to me. Chemistry, intimate memories. Every time I give you all my energy. Emphasis, never sleep.
Never sleep. Say you have me. Oh, taste and see. Hope you don't sleep on me. I got good and plenty.
Well, I was just driving, in my car I'm cruising, listening to music, looking at the girls, it's amusing. Ignition, turn off the key, I'm on a mission. Dismissing, miracle, lyrical addition, condition. My brain is pumping hard like a piston. Competition is getting less, I'm the best, so listen. You wishing to run away from my smoke of horror. An hour is all I need to have you in my power. A flower, one rose, no one knows how it goes, full of holes. The stage is empty, I'm good and plenty, gently put you in your place, don't try to tempt me. Just three, one little Indian smoking in a tree. One little Indian smoking in a tree. R-I-P-P-I-N-G. One little Indian smoking in a tree. R-I-P-P-I-N-G. One little Indian smoking in a tree. R-I-P-P-I-N-G. It's the Envises, taking our competition like diseases. He freezes, truly man, the one who prays on Jesus. So leave us, the tournament is done, you better believe us. The crust is peeling off the mic, it's starting to rust. So bust. It's a must, I grab the mic and check it. A record, E-man grab his second and wreck it.
Yo, it's the foreigner that's never boring. You're slamming to keep you jamming. There is no ignoring the accent to wake up the flavor. Espanol or English, distinguish this Spanglish I gave ya. Es el Latino panameño to be exact. Soy el que vino, I'm the one that came to get fat. Bringing folk from the Caribbeans, taking out the payasos, the clowns and comedians. With my nigga Indians, smoking in the tree. R to the A to the P, the T, the I-N-G.
One little Indian smoking in a tree. R-I-P-P-I-N-G. 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 I'm the incredible, animalistic, vocalistic. Put my hands down to the earth, here the mystic. You missed it, evaporation disappear like this quick.
My estilo's mad rough like a Brillo pad, enough skills, talento. Real smooth como el viento. I be the underrated who created the marinated funk. Some hate it cause they wish they were related. But who's the leecher in charge over here? Niggas disappear when we play what they hear. Yeah, astonishing, niggas be vanishing. I'll be finishing even without the Spanish in. And when it's in, just like medicine, it'll cure. Cause I'm managing to keep it pure. Indian, rock it up the count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Devastation. sensation. Indians coming down, new creation in the station. You hear my gym pump throughout the nation. Ventilation is coming through my nose. Twinkle your toes, say your mind blows. Park your brain and then watch it as it goes. Flows to another level. Burn the devil, I'm the rebel. With the shovel, God is by my side, so keep the treble. Let me take a break and then I celebrate. Escalate, smoke my weed the best cause I'm a graduate great. I feel the vibe is live in my session, has a lesson. Indians bucking down like Smith and Wesson, I'm the Stepson. My blood is boiling hard, cause an erection in a section. I'm living lost, sitting in a mansion. One little